I got it wrong.
Lisa, I thought you said that you felt confident in your maths.
I thought you went to university.
Yeah, but to do an equine course, it's not exactly
pony patting.
Looking at that thing, and the canter just needs to go forward a bit more. It's just so sticky.
The views from here on a clear day are just absolutely beautiful.
This round, welcome back, everybody. Look at Meg's face display.
Lisa, I thought you said that you
all the neon signs, now they shout to me and you to write our story, wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep running, grab the fun and live it.
Back to you at the studio.
Good evening, ladies. Cheers.
Cheers!
Oh, we've got 3 winos and a gino. Not promoting drinking or anything, but it's Saturday night. We're rendezvousing because last
Take
week
two.
take 2. As you can see, we're all back in our stripes again. This
Not
wasn't planned last week, actually. 3 of us turned up in stripes. Em was the odd one out.
Yeah,
We made her go
get changed.
Yeah.
But I love how we've all come back today in different stripes.
Have I? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had one,
Yeah.
haven't I?
You were
I was
white.
panicked we were going to be twinning, and I thought, no, I'm going to wear my Tocky one.
I'm in a t-shirt. We're doing it for Hobbit, aren't we, Meg?
Yeah.
All for
Okay.
Hobbit. So unfortunately, yeah, basically, welcome back to Virtually Eventing Vlog. Pleased that everybody loved the first one. And we've added another participant, competitor to this
Me?
week.
You need to go like that on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on a
I'm up. I'm here. I'm
You're
in the
below
side.
me. The
Yeah,
gorgeous Lucy, Footloose Eventing.
Hello.
All point to Lucy.
If you don't
in
already
three-
follow her, make sure you do now.
all point to Lucy in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, she's in different directions on each screen. Lucy was on the first series of the All-Star Academy, weren't you, Luce?
Yeah, like a million years ago, 2016.
2016.
Yeah, 2016. Because you were 2017.
17, yeah, it's mad that it's so long ago.
One day, maybe.
One day
Don't know.
what? We'll do something together other than virtually eventing, yeah?
That's what I meant.
We've got a plan in action as soon as this lockdown is lifted.
Yeah,
September,
we're going to
trying
have a
act
camp
out.
at Elphick Event House.
Yeah.
We're buzzing for that. We know that we're assuming that there aren't going to be any abroad holidays going on this year now, so we're all going to venture to where?
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Don't give your address away.
I actually said it.
Worcestershire, yeah.
Worcestershire.
And go and play Pony Club Camp at Megan's house, aren't we? And go to Sapie in September if it runs.
Hopefully.
When it runs.
When it runs, sorry.
When it runs, yes.
That'll be a
Positive
good event.
vibes.
Meg promised us like riding in the forest. We can have pony swaps and cross
you can ride-
eventing.
Meet
Meg,
youngsters.
can you ride Lara, Meg? Because
No, Megan wants to ride Banksy most, don't you, Meg?
I want to ride all of them.
Even Lola.
I want to ride Lola.
Do you?
Yeah.
Crack on, my love. Crack on.
Yeah,
I've
to be
got
fair,
one.
Lucy's got blimmin' good stickability, so let's whack her on.
And good long legs as well to get around her fat belly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I want to ride her. She looks cool. She looks really cool.
Actually, all 3 of you are mare people, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, when Megs first said it, I was like, oh, can I not take Sprite and then I'll have more fun?
No, because you can just hand Lola over to Lucy and Meg, and you can have all Meg's ponies.
Yeah, you
Very
get better.
Anyway, funnily enough, it seems like we're digressing because we talk for England. It's gone from 3 of us yapping for England to 4 of us yapping for England.
Yeah.
So apologies that this vlog did not go live last week. Unfortunately, we had a little technical error with the fact that we talked for England and did not record the first 3 or 4 takes. And only ended up recording the final take.
4 Zoom calls, and every Zoom call was 40 minutes. So we were on the phone for, 200 and something minutes?
Pretty much, yeah. So pressure on to ensure, before we hang up, ladies, do remind me to make sure I download and convert this file. And then we would have retook, but sadly both myself and Meg were a little bit tearful at the beginning of the week. We'll move swiftly on from that.
Yeah, let's
and
not
say that
focus
we've got
on
our
that too much.
hats full of events,
Yeah.
ready to play, because we're massively missing eventing already, aren't
Because
we?
it's Saturday night and this is wild, so.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to do on a Saturday night?
I know.
What did you say? Eventing bingo.
Eventing bingo! Meg, where's your hat? Shake it, lady. Oh, she's got Hobbit's hat again.
There it is. She's so edgy.
Very edgy.
Lucy, is yours fair, facts and favour by any chance?
No.
Is it Toggy? Oh, of course it is.
No, it is.
I love how I've kind of got my riding hat out. I'm going cross country, guys. Okay, so who's going first? Who's drawing who? Right, we haven't redrawn who's drawing who. So I'm still drawing Meg. Meg's still drawing
M.
M. M's drawing
I'm
Lucy.
drawing Lucy.
And I'm drawing you.
Whoop.
Tina.
So who's going
Okay, so we
first?
said last time, didn't we, that the winner of last time was to draw first.
Oh, and who was the winner of last time? We've got a confession to make, don't we, Emily?
Oh, yes, we haven't got that saved, have we? No! Okay. Oh, no, I forgot about that.
So those who watched the very first virtually eventing, we best not say virtual because it would sound like we're cupping the 5 stars. We'll know that Megan and Emily both ended on 29.8, or did they?
Well, they didn't indeed. I had a memory come up on that week after we had the vlog had gone live. I think it was on the Friday. I had a memory come up on Facebook of something that I'd shared from my EMD eventing page, and it had Spritey's event report from Bovington, the last event before we went to Badminton. And I was reading down through it, just like, reminiscing of the memories. And I got to the bottom and it said, clear cross country, but uncharacteristically, I can't say that word.
Uncharacteristic.
Characteristically.
Yeah, that is the word I had spelled. I can spell it, but I can't say it. I picked up 0.4 time faults for being too slow. And I had checked.
So what did you end on?
Meg was winner, chicken dinner, weren't you, Maggie? Whoop whoop!
Woohoo!
Hang on. I know what I can do to this.
Yay!
Applause! We've got a share now for our winner, Megan. Whoop whoop whoop!
Thank you.
Surprisingly,
So
Meg won.
I just want to say I massively apologise for obviously not
Fine.
She
checking.
phoned me. She was like, "What if Meg's looked up my results and thinks I cheated?"
I'm not that crazy. I don't need to win that much.
You might not be that crazy, but you are that competitive.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know. I didn't check.
The funniest thing is that when we actually read the results out on that one, it was so funny that it just proved completely that none of us had checked.
No, not at all.
So same again this
No
week, please,
cheaters.
ladies.
Yeah.
Lucy. No pressure.
Why are you looking at me?
Okay.
You, can we trust you?
Of course you can.
Okay. On that note, Meg, you get to pull first. Which dressage test is? You've got Emily.
Yeah.
Oh, I know Em's praying for a Spritey one.
No. Yeah, give me Spritey. I'd just like Spritey to come up at some point, please. Please. Not
Please.
too much to ask.
It is.
Don't pull poor Elliot.
Launceston, B90, 2017 with Lola.
Oh, that was a fun day.
How do you remember?
Yes. Trying to think, but I could not tell you that score
That's
though.
the day I won.
No.
It was a
Fun
lovely
day for you then.
and all of our parents were there. It was lovely because it's so close to home.
Close as in 2
Remember?
hours away.
Yeah, the closest.
No. I'm trying
I
to
don't
think.
remember what Lola's
27
was.
Is that first or second?
No, they only did one in
I was
17.
going to say it's not got.
Oh, was it? Only one then.
I think you had a good day. Obviously, it wasn't quite as good as my day, but I think you had a good day.
I'm going to guess something like 31.
Nice.
Don't know. Is that me next then? Pulling for Lucy?
Yeah.
This is such a pot of rubbish.
So can we just say we've included Lucy's results for how many years, Luce?
No, only
2016 onwards.
But there's a variety of horses over those years, not just one.
Yeah, Bagel, Hazy. Oh no, I never completed on her. So Bagel, Harry, and Lara.
Lara?
3, yeah.
The horse.
I know.
That matches what I've written, yes.
Yeah.
So your dressage is August 2016, Smith's Lawn, BE100 with Lara.
Do you know what? I'm actually really happy because that's my first. This is so funny. This is my first ever event with Lara, and that's the best dressage that I ever had got on. It's all gone downhill from there.
So you went straight out at 100 on her.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I had like big cojones. They've kind of shrunk a little bit now. So I'm like, oh, I just like dabbling at 90. Might like go for
We're
a
all
100.
just like 90 is so much fun.
Smith's Lawn's such a nice event though. I love it there. Really
Oh
nice.
no, wait. Did you say Smith's Lawn?
Oh no, it's not going to be what she thought it was.
Oh, bum. I got that completely wrong then.
You said 16 and it says 17 on there.
Did I say 16?
You said
This
16.
is
No,
such a
I started
shambles.
off with saying that it was wrong, and then I repeated myself.
And
And
then
I
you
said I've got this wrong.
Oh, Luce, is that not a good one then?
No!
Do you know what's funny, Luce? I was at the event that day and I saw you, but you were really cool, so I didn't say hi.
Can I change what I said about that test before then?
Yeah,
That's
go for it.
one of the worst tests I've ever had on Lara. That was a 40s. I'm not joking.
Hey, Luce, I
did
could
a
be
vlog
yet
on
to have
it.
a 40.
No.
So
I did
could
a vlog on
Emily.
it.
Oh no, Emily's better.
The vlog was called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I think the ugly
It's like
and
the
bad
ugly.
is about that dress.
You know, the positive is at least that confirms she's definitely got footage. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I do. And it's awful. So prepare to laugh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm a loser. There's no one
Hey,
else who can get my
Isn't that eventing for you?
Yeah, fine. I'm used to it. It's classic.
I love how you got the complete wrong event. You were just hearing what you wanted to hear.
Come on, Luce, give me your
Literally,
worst then.
Sorry.
I'm sure these users think that it's like, oh, this is quite easy. You're just pulling out of a hat. But actually, for the person that's drawing it out, you feel so much pressure to make sure
Guilty,
you bring out a
yeah.
good one.
Stressful.
What she pulled. Let's see her face.
I think Launceston, is that how you say it?
Oh,
2017.
no!
90.
Hey, Meg.
You can't do that.
Hey, I can edit it out as my vlog. Woo, Lucy, I love you. You can play any week you like.
Fair enough.
You know what? I don't even need to win this week. I'm not in the mood to win.
Tell you what, though, to be fair, you could pull out a 12-fault show jumper yet.
Hang on. Question. What was the score?
Oh yeah, we've not been saying. Yeah, you've got to say the score.
I think I even know this.
Is that your 22?
22.8.
That means I got 20 more penalties than you on my dressage.
Well, I might get drawn a stop cross country yet then, because I have had one.
Only one though.
Look at her face.
Right.
Hey, Meg, wait a minute. What's in here?
It's pretty peeved.
If I make you beat me now, that's not fair, is it? Meg, do you want left hand or right hand?
Right.
This one.
Yeah. And then we'll check the left and we'll see.
Oh, she's already thrown that one back in.
Well, it's not bear.
Oh.
It's Hom House. No
Is it the
reaction.
regional final? Is it the regional final?
No. BE90 with D, August 18.
Yeah, that's the I went wrong in that test. It was a regional final. Went
But
wrong.
you still got.
It's It's 31.
Yeah, but even if you went wrong, it doesn't actually equate to that much.
No, but I went wrong really early, and it was regional final. And then I was just like,
Flustered.
Yeah,
Flustered,
that's
yeah.
yeah. No,
yeah, I
that's
know it's
really tricky
31.
when you.
Hi, Felix.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. Yeah. Takeaway's still open.
I'm gonna find out.
I haven't had a takeaway for many weeks, so this is all.
Oh.
I was going to say, I thought you were an a la carte chef, Luce.
Not tonight, apparently.
Felix, how's cod?
I've completed it. Yeah.
Moving swiftly on to show jumping. Oh, Emily's worst phase. Actually, isn't it everybody's worst phase?
Yeah.
Definitely my
Yeah,
worst phase. Oh no, wait. My, don't know, on
I
par
don't want
with
to listen. It's not a flattering face, is it?
It's getting dark where you are, Em.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, it's not Sprite. Trebra Hill 2 B90 with Lola 2017.
Oh. I'm glad you didn't say 19.
Yeah, but I did 100 then, though.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what that is.
I think 17's all right. I think you got placed.
Why do I keep picking out 17?
I think you got placed.
I think that's when I was taking a photo in your car in the Ranger.
Of
With
what?
a rose.
Yeah, I think you got placed.
Yeah.
There you go. Probably clear then.
I think that's when Jen came with us.
Yeah. Not sure.
Nobody's overly ecstatic about their
Well,
results,
that's not
are they?
right.
Oh, except for you. Oh, it's me.
Someone pick out Tina's 12 volts just to annoy her.
Yeah, it'll be
Or a
Launceston again.
20
Lucy,
penalty.
people Launceston again.
Can we play the game, let's get Lucy's highest cricket score? Because this will be quite fun, actually.
Cricket score wins.
August 2019. Kiso. At least you'll have footage. With Lara at B100.
4 faults. That's
That's
not
not
bad.
4 faults. We can always cope with 4 faults, can't we?
fine. That means I'm on like a 45 at the moment, guys.
So we're aiming for a sub 50 here.
We're doing well. This is great. This is like a good day. Right, let me write that down. Put it down. Kiso, August.
Don't worry, I'll take a photo, Lucy.
We'll send a picture. Yeah, you don't have to take notes. We're not that mean.
Oh, well, I've done it anyway.
Luce,
There we
I'm
go.
scared.
Did it
Give me your
last
best.
time. Go on then.
Okay, Trebra Hill 2, 2017 B100.
Like 100.
Yeah.
That was clear.
That's when I came second.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we've got a clear winner here. It's not even worth doing this vlog anymore.
Oh, should we end it then? I'm happy. No. We've got to get to cross country, the fun part.
I'm doing well, aren't I, Tina?
I love you. You can play every week. You didn't cheat and not put my 1 or 2 good results in. You only put them in.
Yeah.
Right. Maggie. Do you want to pick left or right, or should I just delve in?
No, I didn't like that. I did not like that one bit.
Turn the light on.
I've got D again. We're going to have a pretty grey in all these images and all this footage, aren't we?
That better? Yeah.
How did D run at Weston Park, BE 100, October 18?
Oh, wait. Oh, Weston. Yeah, no, she was clear. She
Woo!
was clear.
I love D. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
We love
Is
D.
she the
I
biggest
love
of the lot?
Lara.
No, Lara's the biggest.
I love
Oh.
Lara.
No.
As in her Lara, as well as mine.
Oh.
I love a coloured Lara.
2 little coloured Laras.
How big is D, Megs?
She's like 15 hands, 15-1. Yeah. Not very big.
She went clear. Is she a forward ride?
Fairly. She's kind of in between. She's not lazy, but she's not
Did
like.
you have her for show jumping last time? I think I
Yeah.
remember you saying that you'd only had a snaffle in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 2018 she actually went clear at every. She went double clear at every event. I was quite pleased with her.
God,
babe.
what a dream horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Didn't happen ever again, but 2018 was good.
Right. Are we on to cross country?
We are. Oh, it's
I'm
amazing.
aware that it's getting dark for Emily and we might not be able to see her in a minute. And also that we've
Go
got
for
4
20
people's
photos.
footage to fit into this.
I really want to
I
take
can
a
move in a minute, but you just might have a bit of like Gunshots from COD.
Sorry. I've not picked Sprite.
Lola.
Oh.
Launceston B90 Lola 2018.
She's frozen. Oh no, there we go. Oh.
I don't really know.
Clear.
Launceston, yeah, I would have. I'm hoping so. Clear.
It was the B90 Open. Oh, my nose.
Yeah, that was the day that, remember, I halted Banksy on course.
Oh, by the head.
Drama
Yeah,
queen.
I think there's only been 1 or 2 times I've not been clear there. And
Emily,
I don't
that
think
was the day in the show jumping that you were not a brat, you're passionate.
Oh, was it that day?
I think cross country was good.
Oh. Fair enough. There's no spiny footage though.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. Right, Luce, are you ready for your cross country?
Are we going to have a triple Lara?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
No.
Oh.
March 2017, Tweezledown.
Harry!
B100 with Eternal Tango.
Yes! Because I got placed that event. I mean, it makes no difference. I'm still going to lose because, the only thing is I don't know if I've got any footage.
It's fine. You can just
But
be
you're keeping
ecstatic
it.
about
You're
it.
not playing.
I've got a photo. I might have footage. Well, I had a vlog, but then it got deleted. So, but okay, that's fine. At least I know I'm clear inside the time on that one. And
Yay.
Give us a little 30-second rundown on Harry, because people won't know who Harry is.
So Harry got him when I was back in Berkshire riding for a guy called Andrew, and he was a 6-year-old who had
Big Bay, wasn't he?
Yeah, Big Bay, 16-2. Like he'd done a novice, but kind of not very experienced because he was only 6. So I took him, did a few 100s, tried a novice, got eliminated in the show jumping, lol. And then he went on to be like a really sick advanced horse with the big.
Yeah, but you gave him that. You gave him that confidence.
Yeah, you produced him.
You produced him.
So,
Yeah, hands down.
Thank you, Ludwig. That's fine. Thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.
Like now you have a wonderful produced. Event.
And I'm happy to take the credit for that because we went clear at, where was it?
Tweezledown.
Tweezledown.
I love Tweezledown.
I heard that's a lovely
Yeah.
venue. A little bit
It is
far for
nice.
us to travel to. Hey, Em.
Yeah, sad times. Right, what am I going to pick a corker here? Should I get 20 penalties just to?
I think there's
really
only
kick
one
off?
in there.
There's only one, so.
You have
You
to
could
do-
get Bovington with lots of time penalties.
How many's lots?
Quite a few.
Oh, this is probably a clear then. Bricky 2018 B90 Open.
You are joking me.
Did you win that one?
No,
What?
that's my 20
That's your-
penalty.
Oh
I almost gave up and walked home.
No.
no! Did she gain loads of time penalties?
Hey,
as well as
Lucy,
had a 20
you know this is
stop?
going to be tight now as who's third and who's fourth, don't you?
No, I think I'm still going to be last, which is embarrassing.
You know when it's a
No, I don't think so because I think I
relationship.
then had loads of time faults because I gave up and walked.
Yeah, I think you did as well. I don't
He
want to
lost
say
his
it.
shoe and I was just like, there's no point anymore.
Just
No,
make
you get
sure.
up to the steepest hill and then decided, oh, we may as well just walk down this.
Yeah,
At least
I
you've got
don't see the point
footage.
in cantering
You've
with no
got
shoe. We
footage
may as well
of
just
that.
walk. So
Aw.
the question is actually, ladies, although I do still need to draw for Meg, but I don't think she's got any 20 penalties in there,
I've got time.
is who was on 30 what? Because you might be the winner.
I think mine's like 31.
This is going to be neck and neck now. Right, Megan, are we
I
going
feel like
neck?
we should redraw your cross-country team, I'm not going to lie.
Hey, no, I'm a good sport. It's fine. I don't mind.
We
Also,
can
then
redraw
I
the
want
whole
to-
lot of it if you like. I'll move into better light.
I mean, I'd need to eat and come back.
No, we can't redraw because it's
No, it
funny.
makes it entertaining. Come on.
Everyone's
Let's do
gonna
it
see
right, Meg,
my-
or are we just going with whatever I pick?
Whoever you pick.
Okay, Megan's cross country. We are going for. Oh, we've got Bear.
Oh, that's not a good sign cross country.
No, it was only last year, at the end of last year, at Hom House, August 19th.
Oh no, that's the same as last time. We can't have that. She was clear inside the time, but we can't have that.
That's very true. I shouldn't have put that back in, but we could have got the dressage or show jumping.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We don't want to share the same cross country footage.
No, we don't.
So we will go for one more. Where's Emily off?
I'm moving so I'm in better light because it's gone really dark.
You've got a whole event of Dee Dee. Oh. Ascot under Witchwood.
Love Witchwood.
March 19, B90.
Oh, that was my show jumping for last one.
Ah, so you've got footage.
She was clear inside the time. Yeah. Pretty sure.
So we've gone from Tina pretty much guaranteed to win to it's going to be neck and neck between Emily and Meg. Surprise, surprise.
Yes, funnily enough.
I don't know what my scores are, to be honest. I haven't got a clue.
I know that day that I did that test, it was.
She went wrong, so she got 2 marks off.
And I was just flapping the whole time.
And I know mine were absolutely shocking. So
no, you had a donking clear cross country.
Yeah, okay. Apart from the cross, that's like story of my life. Always shocker. No, shocker, and then like half acceptable. Which
so
is
guys,
fine.
whoever's watching, the question is going to be now pretty much, who's going to win out of Meg and Emily from what we've told you so far? Because I've lost my win from my 20
I feel really bad. I can't believe Lucy drew the one event. Literally one event.
One event where I have 20 penalties. So who's first and second out of these two, and who's third and fourth out of us two? Comment below.
Are you 100% sure on your stop? Was you in an open class that year?
Definitely Bricky. We've only been to Bricky once, 16 where I came 5th and 18 where I had 20 penalties and you won that day.
And we didn't go last year?
No. It got abandoned last year because of the rain.
Oh.
It's fine. That's the whole thing of bingo, isn't it? It's here for fun. And it's for us all to reminisce. We're going to enjoy reminiscing on the dressage test.
Stop got taken out. Your stop got pulled out.
I just feel bad because we're not meant to reuse that dressage test again, so your 22 has been so wasted.
What, for round 3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn and blast. It's okay. I've got a 28 in there somewhere that might come out.
And then to be fair, at least your cross country 20 penalties is gone for the rest of
That is gone for the rest of this
true.
league. Because we're going to build a league table, ladies.
That's true. Okay.
Cool. Let's rendezvous tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Monday. Let's get all this footage because this is going to be a very long vlog. Especially when I show my whole test at 22.8.
Where's Em gone? Oh,
sorry, battery's gone low. 20%.
I said we'll rendezvous and get some footage because this is going to be a very long vlog, especially when my test is at 22.8. I might want to show the whole thing.
We'll allow you to show the whole thing.
Yeah.
I won't show mine all, don't worry. Quick question. This might be an interesting time to see what a plus 40 test looks like because you guys don't actually know what that looks like. So.
I do.
It's never been seen on this channel
I
before.
do, thank you.
You wait till round 3 because both myself and Emily have had what's sub? What's the opposite of sub?
I did a plus
40 tests before, haven't we, Em? I've had 2, Emily's had 1, so they could be
I've
different.
I've had like multiple.
I have back in the day, back in like 2011. I had one with Lara, my first.
Yeah, she has. When I started to look through her record the other day, I was like, oh, Lara was feisty at some point in her life.
Yeah, she was only
It must
6.
be a Lara thing.
It's a Lara.
Yeah,
it's a Packy Pony thing, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I don't think I've got any dressage footage because I burnt it because it was over 30.
Oh, what a surprise.
Megan, you madam.
Joking. I'm joking.
We'll rendezvous on Monday, ladies. Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
How are we all feeling about this?
Do you know what? I feel most heartbroken for you, Tina. I really do.
I do feel gutted that your stops come out, but then I'm also like, for the next few weeks, at least you're not going to have that come out again.
I pretty much know that if we play again, I'm clear.
But to lose the dressage.
Just so typical that it was on the 22.8, wasn't it? And I've wasted another clear show jumping around, but you know.
You're not bitter, which is nice.
Bitter. at all. In fact, I'm looking forward to my tea. We've got a Thai curry, so over and out, and I'll see you all on Monday.
Good luck. Bye.
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 Okay, so I feel I should kick off the dressage phase purely because clearly from the excitement on my face in the selection process, you guys probably know, well, and the fact that I posted it on Instagram yesterday, my score. It definitely was our best ever score to date. A PB of 22.8, literally. I had no idea. I knew when I finished that it was a good test. I knew it was accurate, but I didn't realise it was quite that good or that the judge would have enjoyed it quite that much. So I brought you down to my dining room because this is pride of place and I feel I get to show it off 3 years later, which is nice. We've got, Robbie did this for me, my framed first place rosette, my picture where I'm actually smiling. I never smile. And the horse and hound report about the day, event report, and my dress. Oh, don't knock it off the wall, Tina. There we go. I don't need to be in this. My actual test sheet from the day, where we had 8, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. I won't read them all out. But, oh look, we even had a 9, and then a very pleasing test. And a very smiley Tina face. I didn't know, and I think Emily tries to do this as much as possible, but I don't. I'm too impatient and want to know my dressage test. But that day, I went out not having a clue what my dressage score was. I knew I'd gone clear show jumping. I just went out to enjoy the cross. I knew we'd had a good test, but I had no idea that I was in the lead. And I was in the lead by like, I think second place was 27 point something. So I was in the lead by quite a bit. I could have afforded to have a pole, I think. Yes, I would have been on 26.8 if I had a pole, but I didn't. I went clear. But this is about the dressage anyway. Let's show you the actual test. So it's just downloaded from iCloud and this is going to be my first time watching it too. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the whole lot in because it'll make this vlog very long. But obviously we've just gone down the centre line and turned right. It looks really dark. A dark summer coat. I'm not really sure what I'm saying over this, to be honest with you. If I'm honest, at the minute I look like my reins are a bit long, but he's being obedient. You can see he's listening with his ears. Good boy. Oh, I'm going to be overcritical here now, and I'm going to wish I hadn't showed it. Wasn't the best transition, was it? But, yeah, look. I mean, he needs to just be, in a B90 test, they just need to be listening to you, supple, obedient, and relaxed and attentive. I still think my reins look a bit long, but I'm not going to be an Emily and be overcritical. Em's taught me to be too critical, haven't you, Em? Nice canter. I'm pleased with this canter. I'm pleased with the whole test, so I don't know why I'm sounding like I'm criticising it. Downward transition again. Feel like I just want to shorten my reins, but you can just see that he's listening to me. So I am really, really proud of him for that. Bless his little heart. We both love Launceston. We all love Launceston. I think Emily's got Launceston for her dressage too. I'm pretty sure Emily's got Launceston for her cross country. It's our most local event and holds lots of epic memories. Down to walk again. Good boy. A little bit against my hand back into trot. But I think he just looks like he's listening, doesn't he? And he looks like, what next, Mum? Which is nice. Another obedient canter transition. When you know you've had a good score, it's hard to say what you think's good and bad because you don't want to say the opposite to what the judge said. But his canter looks nice. Very relaxed for Banksy. Very, very, very relaxed for Banksy. Downward transition in the right place and still nice and forward in trot and then forwards into walk. That was a good walk transition for us. Sometimes we come a bit too abruptly into walk, but that was nice. And I'm going to guess that he does a nice stretch in his free walk, does he? Oh, cameraman's gone a little bit shaky. Nice purposeful walk, I will say, in that. And yeah, he's taken the rein down, isn't he? His frame's changed, that's for sure. I mean, his nose could have gone closer to the ground. I could have picked my reins up a bit shorter, a bit quicker. The whole test, I think my reins look a little bit long. That's what I would say. But here we go, back down the centre line. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble. And this is one where you have to walk down the centre line to X. Good halt though, baby boy. Oh, I remember finishing it and thinking that was a good test. I just knew it was so accurate and that he was obedient the whole time.
For dressage, we were drawn out of the hat Launceston B90 in 2017 with Miss Lola. Now, Launceston is one of our most local events and we have competed there quite a few times. It's about an hour and a half away from us, which I appreciate some of you might be thinking, and you class that as local, but being down here in Cornwall, we don't have that many B events that are only half an hour, 20 minutes away, but it is a really easy drive. It's straight out onto the A30 and the event itself is situated on the Cornwall and Devon border. Launceston holds so many fond memories for me, and I think as well, obviously being a Cornish event, we have watched it grow over the years. So I can remember when it was just unaffiliated, then it went to having one British eventing event throughout the year. Now it's gone to having two, and then more recently, last September, it actually held its first novice there as well, which I'll be honest is one of my little goals, that I would love to compete a novice there with Miss Lola. Yeah, if they say if your dreams don't scare you. Anyways, so it's just been lovely, and I mean they hold it as a country fair and it's just always such a good atmosphere. You see lots of Cornish faces and yeah, just always feels like such a lovely event, and Andy does such a fab job with the course and the ground. Yeah, just love it there. Love it. Anyways, on to the dressage test. So my initial reaction when I got it, I couldn't really remember the score, and to be honest, I couldn't really remember the test. I have watched the video back. It wasn't our best, it wasn't our worst, it was a very average test, and this is probably where I'm going to go and be Miss Hypercritical of myself in dressage. What a shock. We did have, on our 20-metre circle, we had a stride canter, and again, as it was in the last virtual eventing, I wasn't wearing spurs, and you can tell that I am literally working for every stride, for every mark. But she was consistent, as the judge said. She was obedient in her transitions. The overall test was quite a nice picture. We ranged our marks. I have got the test sheet, and we had a couple of sixes, majority of sevens, and I think we had 1 or 2 eights, but we came 8th that day, as I've seen from the rosette in the picture. But yes, overall very consistent test, just needed a little bit more oomph, I think, to achieve any higher marks. So we finished our dressage on a score of 30.5 and going into the show jumping.
And here we are at Smith's Lawn Horse Trials 2017 on Lara Lee, doing the B100 test. Not sure which one it is. Anyway, here I come down the centre line, obviously with a huge cheesy grin on my face, even though deep down I'm thinking, what am I doing? So I'm looking here like I'm just really tense. Look how tense I am. My arms are stiff, my hands are just kind of fixed, and she's at the moment going along quite sweetly. And here we have a downward transition, which to me looks a bit forced, and then I don't get very many nice steps of walk. Yeah, I'm just not riding very well. That was an okay canter transition for us, but I can see that she's really looking at something in that corner. What is that? Here's a give and retake of the rein, if you can call it that. There was not that much give there. I think I'm a bit scared to let go, to be honest. More leg needed here to stop her spooking at that thing, and the canter just needs to go forward a bit more. It's just so sticky. come back to trot, bit of a rush downward transition, and here we go. This is where the fun is going to start. So the walk itself, I don't have that much of a problem with, apart from I can never get her to do a good free walk. Speaking of free walk, I don't know if this is supposed to be a 20-metre circle or a 15-metre circle. I hope to God it's a 15-metre circle, because otherwise I got that really wrong. Not much stretch at all. I wouldn't say it's that free. And this is where the trouble's going to start, when I take the reins up. Thank you, horse, for getting in the way. Sadly, it didn't get in the way too much, because you will see the battle that I'm going to have. Lara is basically thinking in her head now, I want to canter. All she's thinking about is canter. And it is with my greatest will that I have to try and stop her. But I'm riding like an absolute lemon. And not riding. I'm just kind of sitting there, which is a bit embarrassing, really. My leg's not even on her. Hence why I can't even come down to a walk. Oh, God, this is just so dreadful. Nice tense trot to a really average canter transition. Again, the canter just needs to go forward a bit. I'm just not allowing her. She's not really stepping through. It just looks a bit poor. And this is all completely my fault. She does have her days where she is less rideable than others given, but there we go. Okay, there was one positive. Just the give and retake of the rein wasn't that dreadful. But yeah, I need more leg on. I need a lot more leg on. And just to engage her a little bit more. I think, so I heard the beep there, and I thought that was because I went wrong. But I didn't. It's because I always go wrong in a dressage test. Anyway, at this point I'm thinking, thank goodness the test is nearly over. Overshoot the centre line. Here I'm thinking, here comes the plus 40 test that I've always wanted. Slide to a halt, take a step backwards as usual, and give her a big pat and get out of there. Right, so I've just trawled back through my eventing record and discovered that actually I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, I don't know if pleasantly is the word, but I was convinced that was a plus 40 test. Turns out it was not. Turns out I got 39.3. So only 0.7 away from a 40. That's not a good thing. I need to go back down. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That's how to do a really terrible, terrible test. I do have to say, though, that I think their judges there were pretty harsh. No, they weren't harsh, actually. That was terrible. Anyway, so I'm going into the show jumping on 39.3. Well done.
Ready? Just licking the bars of the stables. So, as you'll already know, Tina picked D for all 3 phases, which is quite a good thing. D's probably my most consistent horse. However, we were including 2018 events, and that wasn't your best year dressage-wise, but you were double clear at every single event that year, which is quite a feat. That was really cool. I was really pleased with you. So into our dressage, which I annoyingly don't have any footage for. This was done in 2018 at Hom House, so I wasn't vlogging back then, back in the Stone Ages. And needless to say, I was not happy with this test. I actually cried afterwards, but that wasn't because I'm a brat. I'll go into it a bit more. So this test was quite important to me. It was my first regional final of that year, and I think I had 3 or 4 with D that year, and I was kind of thinking, this is my year, I'm going to get to Badminton. I'd put a lot of pressure on myself. So leading up to it, I'd had a lot of dressage lessons, I'd gone through the test time and time again, and I was really going to that event thinking that was the one I was going to qualify for Badminton. It was my only 91, all of the others were at 100. So this really was the one I wanted to qualify for. It's not good going to an event with that mindset, I've now found out. So warmed up for the dressage, it was very tense. I remember being really, really stressed in the warm-up, which obviously doesn't help at all, especially with D, because she needs you to be very calm else she just gets really choppy. So we go down the centre line. I'm not really feeling it. It doesn't feel like our best test. It's a little bit hurried. Dee's very tense. She's not bending on her serpentines. So then we get to the walk and it's going quite nicely until the horn beeps and my insides just curl up and I feel like sinking into the ground. So then I didn't even know where I'd gone wrong. It was that horrible moment where you're like, well, I don't know what to do now because I have no idea where I should be going. So I'd sort of awkwardly go and speak to the judge on the brink of tears, like, oh, I'm really sorry, where do I need to go? And she was like, oh, basically, I had done the walk transition KXM, just across the diagonal, because so many tests you do that, and I just misread it when I was going through the test, when it was actually meant to be KEM. So the tiniest little error, but of course it's an error nonetheless, so 2 marks, or 2%, sorry, is added to your score. But not only that, but it was quite early on in the test and I just could not concentrate. I couldn't ride for the rest of the test. So when I got my test sheet, I remember seeing like it was going quite well. We were getting 7s, 8s, and then after the walks, it was all like 6s and 6.5s. I was just, yeah, I just didn't cope very well with it. And I think it was because it was the regional final that I was just so panicked. I was worried what Mum was going to say because she'd be really angry with me thinking I hadn't bothered to learn the test properly. But it was just misreading the test, and it was a really annoying mistake. What made it worse is that she then jumped double clear inside the time, and she would have qualified if she was kind of going the way she was going on that dressage test. She would have qualified. So that's why I cried that day over my dressage. In the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't a bad test, but it wasn't good enough to qualify for badminton.
For our show jumping, we were picked Treeborough Hill, which is another venue that holds very fond memories for me. This is where Tina and I attended our first ever BE event, and I mean, just look at the backdrop. Yeah, ignore that jump, it's not very good. Not a very good striding there, Emily. The views from here on a clear day are just absolutely beautiful. This round, I feel like watching it, all I want to do is scream at myself and say, sit on your bum, sit up. And along this line here, so one-strided double, and then we were getting a bit quicker and quicker and quicker. I don't know how we managed to keep these up. We sort of, yeah, like now, I just want to tell myself, sit up and sit on your bum. Coming around to this one, if in doubt, pony club kick. And then over to dog leg to that one, and then we're coming around the corner to the final fence. This whole course we just seem to get a bit more wild as the course goes on, but we did manage to keep them all up for a clear round. Yay!
So here we are at Kiso, August 2019, again with Lara Lee. We're doing the B100, and I remember because the event before this one I did a B100 and I got eliminated in the show jumping. So here I was absolutely bricking it, because if you get eliminated twice, I think you have to drop back down to 90. So I was riding my butt off here, thinking we have to do this. Also, my trainer was here recording me, giving me moral support for the day. And this was the day that Pippa Funnel said to me that Lara was a lovely coloured horse. And that, I think that was the highlight of my day, actually. Anyway, back to the jumping. So we're coming around this corner, and the round's going quite well, but for some reason we just had that rail down, which is such a shame, because apart from that one, apart from that jump there, she was going quite well. And then I remember turning in this corner. This is the last 2 fences before home, and this purpley oxer is huge, but you can't actually see how big it is. She jumps it really well. Anyway, 4 faults, really happy with that. Well done, Lara.
Show jumping for us was Treeborough Hill BE 100, our first attempt at 100. And I honestly thought he went clear because we came second that day, but look, we did have a pole, 4 faults, and still managed to come second somehow. I know there were a lot of problems cross country that day, and that made me ridiculously nervous about it. And because he was a little bit lethargic show jumping, I remember saying, oh, if he's not himself out the start box and then going to withdraw. but he went out like a rocket.
Moving on into the jumping, Tina, you managed to pick another regional final. I don't know why you're doing this to me because they're my most stressful events ever. So you picked out Western Park 2018, I believe that's the one I'm doing anyway. This one, I literally have footage for the first 4 fences, and I'll tell you why. It's because Mum was filming and I think it's number 3 and 4, we absolutely clatter. They don't come down, but we really hit them. And Mum was so stressed that she stopped filming. So I will show you those clips now of the 4 fences, and I've got some photographs to put in as well. But we did actually go clear show jumping that day. That was at B100, and it's quite a meaty track. So I was really, really pleased to go clear on that. So that was my show jumping. Apologies for the lack of footage, but I'm afraid I'm going to continue that theme into cross country. Cross country was Ascot under Wychwood 2019, so I had started vlogging, so I've managed to get a tiny screen recording of the cross country. Again, Dee was a superstar that day and she did go clear inside the time cross country, so I'll play you a little clip of that now. So those are the 3 scores that I am taking forward for my virtually eventing this week. We have the dressage, which I'm not telling you the score of because I think it's more fun if you have to wait to the end to see placings. Show jumping, we had a clear, and cross country, we also had a clear inside the time. So fingers crossed, Dee Dee's done a good enough job to get maybe a top 3 placing, do you think? We should get a top 3 placing after poor Tina drew that stop. Sorry, Tina. Anyway, back to you at the studio.
On to cross country at Bricky 2018.
Go on, team.
We left the start box pretty confidently. And in fact, I think I got a little bit too confident out on the course, sadly.
Clear. I don't know which one that was at though. I'm sure I can hear his snorting. And
Les M's little confused face. I think she knew something had gone wrong from the quietness from the commentator. So yeah, about 3 fences back. You see he slips here, but yeah, 3 fences back before that he'd lost a shoe. And I'd gone like a bat out of hell over it, if I'm honest, because I was cross at myself for the stop. So then once I calmed down, I decided just to walk. Because I know what Banksy's like with bare feet, but we then finished, but did incur a lot of time penalties for walking on the course.
Just as Tina finished, I just heard that she picked up, I think it was her, 20 penalties. Banksy was absolutely epic, rearing, pouring the ground, super excited in the start box because he was buzzing, wired, and knew exactly what was coming. Awesome, out over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We were up on our minute markers, up on the time, flew over 8, 9, 10, 11, then got a little bit carried away with ourselves. Sharp turn after 11 to the corner at 12, and I just completely let him down. I just didn't get the line right at all. I came round the corner and I wanged at the fence right in line with the white flag, and he just went, "Mum, I can't go." And we now have our first 20 penalties cross country.
Bad me. I still beat myself up to this day about that.
bad. Not so much the stop, more how I reacted afterwards, because yeah, it wasn't really a stop, it was more of a run out because I just came around the corner too fast, and yeah, it was completely avoidable, should have gone slower. But how I reacted afterwards, in which I then was cross up myself, but went like a bat out of hell over the next 3 or 4 jumps, should not have happened, and I have learnt from that. Definitely learnt from that, because in turn that was what caused us to then nearly fall off and also lose a shoe, which then caused me to slow right down, walk, and incur even more penalties than I would have had if I'd just carried on in a normal, steady rhythm.
Right, so last phase, and this is one I actually like, the cross country. I had Harry. So we're going back to Tweedledown 2017 when I had the ride of the most mega, was he mega? He was mega. He was mega. I was just not mega at riding him. Warm blood, called Harry. He was a 6-year-old. He'd done a little bit before I got him. So he'd done, he was established at 100 and had done a couple of novices. So he was supposed to be like my novice learning horse. But obviously that didn't happen. So this was actually our first event together. And I've been trawling through all my photos, trying to find the picture. But I can't find it because annoyingly I've got 0 footage. I don't know where I've got like a gap in 2017 from like March to August. Like after August it's anyway, blah 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 blah. I found this photo of him. That's him. But what I do have is some other footage from another event. So I moved to Norfolk, and so the ride had to be given to someone else. So he went to Ludwig Svennestal, who took him advanced, like really too easily. And then now he's with Abby Bolton from TikTok Eventing, and she is planning at some point to event him, hopefully this season, probably not, maybe next season, I don't know. So yeah, but he's doing really well. Anyway, blah, 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 that event, which we picked out, I actually came 7th. So I had a really nice clear inside the time. For our first event, I was like buzzing about that. So yeah, I'm just going to shut up and then you can see how it goes. And here's just a little clip of Harry. This was at Smith's Lawn, not Tweedledown, sorry, but you can just see how much of a dude he is coming out the start box over that first event. And then we had a really epic clear. Back to, now this is at Barbary, the following year with Ludwig, popping around the novice, and yeah, you can just see he's a really good horse, went on to smash advanced level.
On to our cross country, where the same as my dressage, we are back at Launceston. I said I've competed there several times. This time the year on, so in 2018, again with Miss Lola, and we entered the B90 Open class that day. And I believe that is because I was late getting my entry in, as looking at my camera roll when I was getting the footage, Lola actually had a bit of time out just before that event because she had a bit of an injury on her hop and swelling. I think she had a little bit of a kick from Spritey. So this was actually our first event back after that bit of a break. So absolutely chuffed and buzzing to say that we went clear and inside the time.
I've got it wrong, guys. I've got it wrong. Sorry. And there's me just saying,
right, welcome back, everybody. Look at Meg's face of dismay.
You know when I said 10 minutes ago, can I go for 10 minutes? And you all said no.
I got it wrong.
Lisa, I thought you said that you felt confident in your maths.
Okay.
So welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed watching the footage that we did or didn't have. Possibly didn't. It was probably a lot more yapping than it was pony jumping or dressaging. Although I do know that I've put some fancy toes in for the first time ever.
I've not. I'd no dressage footage whatsoever.
She wasn't lying when she said she deleted it because it was over 30, was she?
No, I was lying. We didn't even video back then. It was in 2018. Video cameras weren't invented then.
Okay. So we're all just doing our last minute calculations because none of us want to make the fatal mistake that Emily did and not add on time penalties.
Yeah.
I wish you hadn't said that though, Em, because I've needed a calculator to add mine up. So I'm intrigued to know, before we spin our bits of paper round, what are our predictions? Because, or more importantly, like last week, Meg, you instantly glanced at Emily's score and didn't even look for mine.
Well, I feel like that is going to be
Whose
happening
score are you
again.
going to be glancing for this week?
M's.
Lucy? She just wants to know whether she came last or not.
Oh, just want to know if it's a third or a green or a yellow. Hopefully a yellow rose up.
Well, I'm still just writing my number down, but you know. I'm ready. Are we ready? Should we do a 3, 2, 1? I don't think there's much else more to say about, because we yapped about it so much prior to this.
That's true.
Mine's
None of us were delighted with the draws that were picked, apart from me and my dressage.
I didn't mind my show jumping.
Okay.
Yeah, my jumping was fine.
Although it wasn't a clear. So
To be fair, all of mine isn't too bad, but I would have preferred a better dressage.
Oh, she's giving the game away a little bit, I reckon. Yeah.
Look at her.
Look at
Smile.
that. All three of us are quite happy with your cross country.
No, I haven't. My dressage is a lot higher than what I would like it to be.
Oh, poor you.
But I think we've all had, well, I was going to say we've all had good jumping, but sorry, team.
Wow, you'll be pleased to know when we do 3, 2, 1 that my jumping was actually worse than I thought.
Oh no!
Ready?
Yeah.
Who's the winner? Who's the loser?
Hey, go Em!
Mine's that one.
63, Tina.
2.
And you had a 22 dressage.
Well, that's inventing
Why
for
have
you,
you
isn't
written
it?
the final score tiny?
Because I didn't
You didn't add a time penalty.
and I was struggling with doing the 4s like this. And then, so I've just written it here.
Emily's the winner.
Yay.
That's a good
Yay,
score. I am here. Have a 3rd place rosette. I've got one for you.
Why is it red?
I don't know. Dressage Riders Online.
Bizarre.
This is not an ad. Maggie, what was yours? Meg's got a new pet
32.5.
name, by the way. Maggie. I don't know if she likes it or not.
No, I've been a Meggie for a long time. It's all right.
Maggie.
You were... So, Ems, tell us what yours was. It was what you thought.
30.5.
Dressage
That would be
double
my
clear.
record. Well
Double
done.
clear, yeah.
Hang on. Wait.
And it was all Lola for a change.
Lucy, on the recording, the claps don't come up. I had to put them in myself.
Oh, I was just trying to do that.
Who drew me out? Could you give me good events?
Meg.
Did I draw you?
Yeah.
Was it? I couldn't remember who drew me.
You're welcome.
So Meg's was dressage double clear?
Yep.
Yeah, because you said DD was clear always, double clear always in 2018.
She was indeed. It was a good year, yeah.
And Luce, your dressage was not the one you thought it was when Emily first drew it, but it wasn't 40, was it?
No, it wasn't.
39 point.
But can I tell you a secret? It was 39 point, I can't remember, 39.5 or something, or 3.
It was sub 40.
But Harry, on the same day, I got 45.5 or something. And considering that horse now gets the sub 30s, 20s at advance, that's poor effort. Anyway, don't ride it anymore.
Did you have speedy points then on Harry for cross country?
I'm going to go with so speedy. I don't know, I had 2.4 time penalties. I don't know if that's too fast or slow.
Well, when I looked back, I found out that sadly I actually had 4 faults. Despite coming second at Treborough, I still had 4 faults show jumping.
Really?
Oh.
Didn't go clear.
Well, you still would have won though if it wasn't for your annoying cross country.
And I still would have won.
But as we've said, at least that's been taken out now.
It's been taken out. But the disaster was the fact that I had, let me just glance at my BE record again, 16.4 time penalties at Bricky. Hence the 63.2.
Oh no.
So the moral of the story is, always remain calm and collected and carry on. Don't
Yeah.
give up.
Because you might be virtually eventing one day.
Exactly, and let's score my cat again one day. Exactly, and I should have retired because he lost a shoe and I was cautious of him slipping downhill. And Banksy's a
abuse.
pansy when it comes to no shoes. Anyway, it's been nice competing against you ladies.
Yeah, thanks for having me for my first time. Will
you be back?
I hate to say it, but I think there'll be more of it.
Oh, well.
I'm not sure we're going to be getting out on grass anytime soon, are we? Thank goodness for lovely homes and horses and escapism.
And friends.
And good friends and Zoomy calls.
Friends.
And we've got a bit of a different vlog coming up at some point, haven't we?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
We're not going to be competing in eventing.
No.
Every vlog is just going to be like us four now, isn't it?
Yapping, talking.
I feel bad. I've definitely gate crashed like a thing.
So have I. These two are the actual friends, and then we're just here like,
hey, we're here too. What about me?
It's fun. Good old Instagram for introducing us all to each other.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, not me and Em, we knew each other. Good old riding club.
Yeah.
I'm going to end because this vlog is going to be at least an hour and a half, I think. So if you got this far, well done.
Yeah, well done.
Congrats. You're the real winners, guys.
Let us know.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And
And everyone
let
go
us
give
know.
Em some love for winning.
Yeah. Well done.
Really on Lola, Spritey didn't even have to have an input there.
Yeah, see?
So
Give
give
her
her
a
extra
little
carrots tonight, Emily.
Yes. No, she doesn't need them. She needs something that's a bit more healthy.
Give her an extra hard lunge.
Healthier than a carrot.
Actually, that's true.
A glass of water.
Oh, dear.
Until next time.
Bye.
Love you all.